let's put together your BigFoot Dolly. First of all, once you get all the parts out, this is going to be your hardware package. And notice that there's 2 bolts in the top that are 3-inch long, and we'll get to those later. All right, so let's take all the hardware out of the bag. And we'll keep the 3-inch bolts, separate. And everything else we'll dump on the table. Now there will be some of the dolly that is pre-assembled, and we will get to that. All right. First thing I like to do is put the axle assemblies together. So if you ordered a dolly, let's say with roller rails. Now this is not written in stone, but we preset the rails to 3.5 inches. And so we have them set at 3.5 inches. And if you ordered the dolly with the plastic rails, we recommend starting out at 4.5 inches from the edge. And you can fully adjust them anywhere you like once you get it assembled. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one back at 3.5 inches just for the video, for the setup. And I do not recommend using impacts because you'll tend to strip the bolts. So good and snug, and you'll be set. Now in this, we're going to show that we have black or white rims. So I'm just going to grab a rim and tire. I'm going to set it on the ground and grab one of the axles. And I will put a washer on this axle and then stick it down into the rim. And then we will put another washer up on the top, and I'm going to grab a white rim now, and we're going to put that on top like so. Another wheel washer, and then we'll insert the tire pin. Like so. We'll flip it over, grabbing the tire, flip it right over, grab another washer and tire pin, and we put it together like so. All right, we got one axle done. We'll just set that up out of the road and repeat the process. Those are locked in. Okay, that's fine like that. Now you'll have a short part of the tongue that will have 2 holes because it's a 4-wheeler. If it was a 6-wheeler, it'd be a little longer and have another hole in here. These 2 holes here are going to be for the tongue coupler. That's going to go to the front of the dolly. So we will put this in here. And notice there's a machine area in the middle of the axle housing. That is to align proper straightness, and it will actually lock into that groove. This is probably the most complicated part of the dolly, so you just put that on there. And then we have a special washer here because a lot of people like to torque too much, so we'll put that on there so that you don't collapse the square tube. And just snug it up and do the same up at the front. So just get it in line. This is always the hardest one, the last one. Get it in there. Don't worry if it's on an angle like it is right now. This will all straighten up when you start tightening it down. So you just kind of line it up. Right there, it's all locked in nice and snug. You Just make sure that the square tube is in the grooves. We will take a ratchet, and I'm just going to snug it up right now. And that's so far so good. Now we'll take the rails. These will be the 4 3/8 bolts that are 2 3/4 inches long. And we will go ahead now we're going to do the roller rails first. So the roller rails get 2 washers. One will go on the top like so, and one up underneath in the. Now on the plastic rails, we can't get a washer in there, so it's just the bolt goes in there. And now the rails, actually I'm not even going to bolt them in. I'm just going to line them up and put the bolts in there. Goes in like this. And just put it in the hole. Same thing in the front. And repeat the process. And making sure that the orange wheels are on the inside, not the outside. You don't want the rails in there like this with the orange wheels on the outside, because then your ski is going to get damaged on the inside of the dolly. So it's got to go the orange wheels. These will not be assembled when you get them. You'll have to assemble the orange wheels. And you got a locking nut, so just snug. You know, you still want them to spin. If you get too tight, they're not going to work properly. So again, we just line the hole up and line the hole up. Now, if you were finishing the assembly, there's another washer and lock nut that goes up under here. And then you can put a wrench in a socket and tighten it snug. Now the 3-inch bolts that we were talking about earlier are for the coupler. This will attach the long tongue to the short tongue. And I like to put this on first. And it just slips into the end where the 2 holes are here. And you get washer. Washer on both sides. And the locking nuts. Now you're ready for the tongue. Now, once the dolly is like this, you can pull this. If some people have limited space where they can keep their dolly with their jet ski, you can actually pull this tongue off and store it out of the way, because this right here will hold your dolly without any issues. So now this is going to go inside this other tube with a snap pin. So you just stick it in there, line the hole up, snap it in place. Now if you are buying one with a toe coupler, we're now mounting the toe coupler right on the end of the tongue, which is this part here, either 1 7/8 or 2 inch. This will be the last item to go on the dolly for assembly. So now we're going to put the winch post and the winch assembly on the dolly. And again, they will come with the snap pins. The winch you'll have to put on yourself, but the snap pin will be there. This orange V will be mounted for shipping purposes, we can't mount the winch to the winch at the bow stop. So I like to take and put the winch post on first, and it goes with the angle to the front. And you'll notice you have several places you can put the winch post depending on the length of your ski. So we'll just slide it back here a little bit and put it in the hole, and like so. Now when I put this on, it's probably going to squat the dolly down because there's no ski on it, so don't be alarmed. And the winch and the bow support again goes on like so, and you have adjustments here as well for the height of your ski. So we're just going to put it in place for 1 second, and you can make all these adjustments once you have your jet ski on the dolly. Now you need the grips. The grips are this, and very simply just stick it through the hole. One of them will already be on there. So you just stick it in there, put the other one on, and you can either use 2 pieces of wood or your hands like I'm going to show you right now, and just, and there you go. That's that. Now if you ordered, this is a 2-inch coupler. Depending on what you order, the holes will be pre-drilled in the front of the tongue for either a 1 7/8 or a 2-inch. So when you make your order, just remember to tell us what size coupler you're going to have so that we can put the proper holes in. So that will go in last. And it just goes in there and bolts on. And then of course just another flat washer and a lock nut on the outside. And there you go. Now you're ready to go to the water. Now I'll show you the black plastic rails if you order plastic. It's all the same hardware minus the orange wheels. Without the washer. And then you would put the washer and the nut up underneath. There you go. There's your new beach dolly. Enjoy. Thank you.